Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Brand new series on the channel. Trying something a little bit different. We're playing TEW XI, the latest installment from Total Extreme Wrestling. And I've downloaded a real world mod because I'm on it and I can play as myself. So I'm going to be playing as the man himself, Big Lou Nixon. And we're going to be starting our own wrestling company in the real world. And we're going to try and see if we can go from the bottom to the top. We're going to be playing on the hardest difficulty. Given with the lowest popularity and the littlest amount of money possible. And we're just going to see how far we get. See if we go bankrupt, see if we can take on WWE or what. But this is something I've been wanting to do for a while. I was originally going to start by streaming this live. But to do this particular type of series, obviously there's a lot of simming and stuff. And obviously with it being a text-based game, it takes a while. But I have got plans to stream this in the future, but doing a slightly different series. But for now, here we go. Big Lou Nixon, local to global, Total Extreme Wrestling, episode 1. Okay, so we're going to get straight into it. And I'm going to start my own promotion. Obviously, keeping it local, Northern England, where we're going to start with company. Now, here we pick our logo and the backdrop for your promotion. Now, obviously, there's a lot of promotions from the real. It's a great mod, this, real world promotions. But as you can see here, I like the look of that logo. Punk Pro Wrestling I've went for. And the backdrop, gotta go for the Bloodsport logo. So I call my company Punk Pro Wrestling. I just thought that was a pretty cool name. And that's what the wrestling show is going to be about. It's going to be punk, it's going to be hardcore, it's going to be flippy guys, it's going to be technical guys, it's going to be all sorts. Now obviously I've played this game before. And I know the kind of logistics behind a successful local global series. So here, as you can see, I'm starting on rock hard. Gives us very little popularity and the lowest money. So when I make my product here, I've obviously got to play it in my favour. And obviously I can't have a massive roster and stuff because it'll cost us a fortune and stuff. And it's difficult to play obviously all the styles and products you can have here. So what I pick here is quite an open one called the 3-Ring Circus. Which, as you can see in the descriptions here, it's very open. I've just got to have 3 different match types on each show. And I get to choose them. It doesn't have to be hardcore, high fly. It can be any of them. So I'm kind of thinking maybe, old school ECW. I'll have a hardcore match on there. I'll have a high flyers on there. I'll have a comedy match. Do you know what I mean? So when I come to build my roster and stuff, that's kind of what I'm going to look for. So I hit the 3 match types, which is important. I've also got to have one storyline running. What we're going to do here as well, just to make it a little bit easier on me, we're going to have faces and heels, but we're not going to strictly enforce them straight away. Just so, because obviously I can't have a big roster because I'll go bankrupt. So what we're going to have faces and heels, but it's not going to be strictly enforced. So obviously when we come to do a tournament and stuff for the title eventually, we're going to have maybe a heel versus a heel in there or a face versus a face. We just need to I need to figure out the roster and try and build it up as best as I can, but also make the money and try and progress. Do you know what I mean? We need to build up to getting on YouTube, which is crazy. You've got to have 20 popularity points to get on YouTube, which I was going to edit because anyone can be on YouTube, but I didn't want to cheat. So we're going to start it. You start off with 10 popularity in your region, and then you have spillover and stuff. So I have a little bit goes into Scotland and the close by regions, as you'll see. What's going on here? So what we're going to do, it's important. So making money, you've got to update your merchandise. And so as you can see, level 1 of 10 at the minute, ramshackle. We need to get that up. And there's 3 different rates, light, medium, and fast, or they call it conservative, rapid, and whatever. So I'm just going to start off on the lowest. As you can see, I was talking about there, the popularity and stuff and the spillover. So to get from insignificant to tiny, I need to reach 17 popularity in the north of England. So you start on 10. So hopefully 7 shows, 7 months, we can get to that rating. Upgrading the merchandise. And the last thing I want to do here is your ticket prices. So I know with a little experience I have in this game, if you start your tickets very cheap, and obviously you're a new promotion, it's going to draw people into your promotion because the tickets are cheap. You can't even do them free, but I need to make a little bit money, do you know what I mean? I've got to pay the guys somehow. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start building the roster. Now, I know in playing this game, obviously, like the cheapest you can get people for is like to sign on your roster is like $20. So that's what I'm gonna look to do. And obviously as well, you've got to pay like the travel as well. And I don't have much money to start with. You only start off for like $2,500. Sounds like a lot to start a wrestling show, but in this game it gets ate up pretty fast with like the show running costs and stuff. So I'm looking for guys who are unemployed, based in the north of England. And here we go. Hey, we got Big Guns Joe. Here are the familiar faces: Dean Almore, Aaron Jacobs, G Adams, H.D. Drake, Ivy, Joey Hayes, Cam Solis. Hey, here we go. Martin Kirby, Nathan Cruz. Bill, who was that? Name Redacted Monkey. Can't be having him on the roster. He'll be causing a ruckus. But yeah, I'm just going through, seeing who I can sign. Some familiar faces. I'm really looking forward to putting my roster together and making my first show. Now, who do I sign first? I believe I go with Cam first. Yes, I do. I go with Cam Solis. Big up Cam Solis. He just returned not long ago after 3 years out and had a death match with me on a recent Rise show. So he's more than entitled to come and work for Punk Pro Wrestling as the first signing. Here we go. Sorry, Cam. I know you're worth more than this in real life. As you're going to see here, Cam's only getting 20 quid off me. But I know for a fact he got a lot more than that to do that death match. So don't worry. This game is slightly inaccurate. But, you know, it's just the game. So we're going to get Cam offer made. Let's see if he's going to sign for it. So what I'm doing here is who's going to be next. H.D. Drake, I'm going to sign next. So obviously I'm signing the cheaper guys here who are unemployed, because of it, that also, like, as you go on, that, like, brings up, like, loyalty and stuff plays into effect where, like maybe in a year or two's time, Cam might still be with us and it'll be like, oh, Lou, you've been good to me, you've given us a good push, so I'm going to work for you over other people, even though they might be a slightly higher, like, company or have better popularity than me. Do you know what I mean? It's a great game, this. It's like Football Manager, but you're in your own wrestling world. And I've downloaded this mod. It's the Who's, I think it's the Who's Real World mod or something like that, if anyone plays this game and they want to download it. Scotty Rourke there, another former opponent of mine. We've just had 2 battles on North. He just stole that ultra-violent title from us. But I know he's a good hand, so of course I'm going to sign him on my roster. And who do I go through next? I'm not sure who that is. Sean Jackson. We're going to get some women in. Yes, G Adams. G Adams. I don't know if she's wrestling still now. I seen she's back training, but big up G Adams. I hope you're doing well. We're going to sign her too. And what we're going to do, I'm not going to bore you with all the logistics here, but I'm going to move on, sign the rest of the roster, and then we're going to go through it. Okay, so I realised, I forgot to show this. So you have your inner circle of your team here. So you have like you can pick people to be like locker room leaders. Obviously, I'm just starting out, and like a lot of the roster, quote unquote, in game aren't very well known. So here you can have like enforcer, but there's like I don't end up actually picking anybody to be anything here. You have like head of talent relations, but nobody is like quite there yet. But obviously, as the game goes on and people get better, what was that one? I believe that one was what was that? Oh, morale officer. So we've got a few people there who are suited to be morale officer. But I'm just going to wait a little bit and see who I sign and how the game progresses before I start committing people to roles. Because if say, for example, if I pick somebody to be a locker room leader, but maybe in like 4 or 5 months' time, maybe they're not at that level, and I remove them from being a locker room leader, their morale will go down and they'll not like me. Do you know what I mean? So obviously, I've played this game before and a little bit trial and error. By the way, as well, I'm not an expert. Drop in the comments any tips, any advice, anyone you want to see is sign and stuff. Obviously, I'm playing this for fun. I'm trying to sign my friends and that, you know what I mean? A little bit fun. I thought it was a cool little hook playing TEW as myself, because I've looked into it, and there is a few good channels like the Booker Man and Curbstorm City who play this game. But I've got that little hook. That's actually me, Big Lou Nixon, real life wrestler. Also here as well, that was the booking team. And again, it's similar to the inner circle. You have people who help you book the match, and you get points for that. But up to now, I'm just starting out, so I've got no points. Here we are. Yes, at this point, I started making my show, and I realised I had a lot of heels, so I had to change Scotty Rourke to a face, and I was also going to change Cam Solis to a face as well. But then I realised it says here, if you look, so Cam Solis is better as a heel, so I didn't want to change him. So I went on and signed a couple more guys. But here we are. We're going to get straight into a first show now. I've booked the show. There's going to be a couple of surprises. So we get straight into it. Tom Campbell's going to come out, introduce the show. He's going to introduce me. I'm going to cut a little speech. And then we got those dastardly heels, Ace Matthews and Zio Knox. They're going to come out, chat some shit. And then they're going to attack us. But it's all right, because my boy Brett Semdex is in the back. He's going to come out. He's going to save us. And that is going to build into the first match in Punk Pro Wrestling history, which is going to be a tag team match between British Top Team and Ace Matthews and Zio Knox. As you can see, everyone's gimmick rating comes in. Obviously, some are poor, some are adequate, some are great, some are awful. But as the game goes on and I do more shows and more matches, that rating will improve. If I'm looking at the dirt sheet here, obviously, I give that a speech at the start of the show. I forgot to put that in. But like, you can give a speech at the start of the show. You pick your venue and stuff. But here we are. First match. We got Brett Semdex. What's that? A 24. I got a 36. Zio Knox got a 15. And Ace Matthews got a 26. Brett Semdex was a bit off his game. I'm going to have a word. But Big Lou and Brett have excellent chemistry tagging together, as do Ace Matthews and Zio Knox. We've got a 29 segment rating in total, 15 crowd rating, 21 wrestling rating, and we'll move on to the next segment. Shreddy Brett comes out, interrupts Tom Campbell, starts chatting some shit. I've been to Japan, if you don't know that. So I'm coming out here today. I'm the England's hardest man, and I'm putting out an open challenge. And that challenge is answered by, surprise, surprise, the legend, Mon Kirby. Now, I need road agents, and obviously, you need experienced guys to be a road agent, anyone who knows stuff about this game. So I needed a good road agent. So this was a comedy match, just a little 6-minute match. What's that, a 31 rating there. Shreddy got a 33, Kirby got a 37. Little fun segment. Got some, that was, yes, so I had to get HD Drake to be the road agent in that. But HD Drake isn't actually a road agent in this game, so it suffered. So maybe I'm going to have to sign another road agent for when Kirby's wrestling. But on to the next segment. We've got a load of guys coming out here. BT Gunn, HD Drake, Jack Jester, Calm Solace, Ravy Davey and Scotty Roll cutting some promos, all staking the claim why they're going to take over Punk Pro. But that's going to lead into a crazy, crazy 6-man tag. And the faces are going, the heels go up in that one. We get HD Drake gets a tainted win over Ravy Davey using the ropes for leverage. But basically what I'm doing here, I just want to get the whole roster on the show. And I'm checking who the best 8 guys are. So in episode 2 and show 2, that's where I'm going to put together the Punk Pro Championship tournament. And basically I'm going to put like the 8 best rated guys or gals in the tournament to battle it out. Obviously, yeah, this was a mayhem match and that helped. Poor guys, this game slating them helped how badly they were performing. Come on, man, it's their first show. They're getting there, man. They've had Christmas off and that, you know. Give them a chance. The dirt sheet's interesting. Obviously, as you can see there, like some people don't have good consistency or they've got a bit physical wear and tear. But we go into the women's match here, women's triple threat. Gia Adams, Heidi Katrina and Natalie Sykes. So we give Natalie Sykes the win here with a roll-up over Heidi Katrina. Now, I forgot to show this too. I will get better, I'm sorry. But you can see like the creative and stuff, and it tells you who like the next big thing is. And it says Natalie Sykes is my next big thing on the roster. So maybe we're going to push Natalie Sykes a little bit, who knows. But we're going to give her the win here. Build up the women's division and the popularity. Obviously, we're going to do, we're not going to like have a men in a women's division starting out. We're going to do intergender wrestling, again, just to save money. But we're going to go into the main event. Big F and Joe versus Rory Coyle in a hardcore match, and that's our best match of the night. 43 rated segment there. Crowd rating 21. Wrestling rating 38. Finishing off very hot. Big Joe picking up at 40 odd rating there. Sorry, I'm commentating over this and it's really small. I can't see. But Raw, that's the best rated match. But to end the show, Aaron Jacob comes and he attacks Big Joe after the match, aligning with Rory Coyle, who remembers the new Sick Boys. What does that mean for the tag division going forward? What does that mean for Rory Coyle going forward in his chase for the title? He's got Aaron Jacobs watching his back now. Not a bad first little show, if I don't mind saying. There we go. We're raised with popularity in one area. Obviously, the North England, the show benefited from having a wide selection of angles. But as you can see there, so I need to build up my booking team because obviously my character doesn't have much like creative energy. So that's actually made my show suffer. But I'm happy with that for the first show. Got to see what everyone's about. Good little show. I like the roster. We're going to address the locker room here. I think I compliment Big Joe and HD Drake because they got the highest match ratings in the 40s there. So we're going to do that. Big Joe was pleased. HD Drake didn't give a fuck. As you can see there, I lost money, but that's expected starting out. Popularity recap. Now, it hasn't actually went up a point there, but it says we gained popularity in the North England. But we are still on 10 points. But there we go. First episode of playing TEW as myself, Big Lou Nixon, local or global. Leave a like if you enjoyed the episode. Leave your comments down below. Who you want us to sign, any tips, any tricks. But the next show that we're going to do, we're going to book the first round of our Punk Pro Championship tournament. Let us know if you enjoyed this. Let us know if you enjoyed the pilot episode and you want to see more.